Happy New Year. Happy 2025, everybody. How's it going? Corona, Rob here. It was an awesome year for the channel in 2024. There was a ton of stuff that we did on the channel here that was amazing. I'm really proud of a lot of the work that I put into this channel. And here we are once again. It's been a whole year since I've done my yearly update video. New Year's is always a big deal to me, both in terms of doing this kind of a video and also just personally. I always do Year's reflections and goals and all those things. So for those who don't know, I have been doing this channel for I think 8 years now, almost on the 5th. I think it'll be 8 years, which is crazy. And every single year I've done a New Year's update video. So yeah, I guess we'll talk about real quick just some of the goals that I had made for last year. Well, I had made for this year, or this past year, for last year, I guess. Okay. The goals that I had made for 2024, how many we actually met, and then I'm going to talk about my goals for 2025. And then, because why not, it's a whole theme of this year, I'm going to do my top 5 favorite videos that I made this past year. So, yeah, looking back a little bit, looking forward, and yeah, that'll be the theme. So right off the bat for 2024, let's just talk about separate goals. I'll talk about if we met them or not, and then just say a few words about them. So, so the first thing that I always talk about is how we did on actual numbers. So my goal last year was to, actually the last couple years, was to get 5,000 subscribers and get a collective 1 million views on the channel. Well, we did it this year. I'm so proud of this community, all the work that I put into this channel, because we finally hit 5,000 subscribers. Just about to hit 5,100, I believe, last time I checked. And we're at, I believe it's 1.2 million views. So that is awesome. Hurrah. I'm so happy. And thank you all tremendously for checking out the videos and the streams and everything I do. I really feel like the community is starting to grow quite a bit this year, and the videos are getting better. So I really appreciate all the support, and I'm just proud of what I've been able to accomplish. So thank you everybody for that wonderful milestone. So I'm just going to go through these very briefly so we can move on to what's in the future. So the next thing was setting up a recording space. So this whole setup here that I did, actually, I set this up initially last year, right at the tail end. No, actually, I think it was on New Year's Day. So exactly a year ago, I set up this whole area downstairs in my house to be able to record. And I have fine-tuned it a bit. I've organized a lot of my games a little better, and some of my yeah, that word. All of my accessories for games and whatnot are well organized finally. And while I have a bit of a small space to work with here, it's hard to tell on camera, but it's a pretty small space. I'm comfortable with this arrangement for now, and I'm really happy that I just have my own space to record and make videos, and I've really utilized it a lot. So I'm very grateful for that. So that's awesome. That was a goal that I very, very easily met, actually. So that was the first one. The next, getting into the actual video content. Well, you guys know, anybody who's been watching my channel for the whole year and beyond that, or even if you just tuned in recently, I wanted to do more retro reviews because they were starting to wane at the end of last year. And by last year, I mean 2023. Which we did. I did 4 retro reviews this year, which isn't a ton, but I'm proud of the ones that I did. I would have liked to have done more, but countdown lists, which is the next one on here. I wanted to do more countdown lists, specifically the Game Boy Advance. I wanted to do that, which ended up being my most successful video, so I'm really, really grateful for that. But yeah, I was able to do more countdown lists. I was able to do more retro reviews, more scripted videos in general. So I'm really, really pleased with how all those turned out. I think I've just gotten better at editing. I've been working on different little tricks and things that I've been trying out just to make the videos better, and I really think it's paying off, which has been awesome. I wanted to do at least one brief history video. I almost made that goal. I wanted to follow up the top 10 greatest Zelda games video with the brief history of Zelda video. I instead decided to just kind of do a few other different things at the back end of the year just to shake it up a bit, because this history of Zelda project is going to be my big project for 2025, which we'll talk about more. But so I've started scripting that. I am actively working on that. It just hasn't passed the script phase yet because there's a lot to write and there's a lot to research. So I sort of technically started working on it, but yeah, I didn't quite meet that goal, which is okay. I also wanted to finally do the big Enix RPG video that I've been wanting to do forever. And I had you guys vote on that in the community tab, and you guys wanted the Zelda video. So I figured, well, what the heck, I'll do the Zelda video, and then I will try to get to the Enix video maybe at the end of 2025. So we'll see how that goes. So I didn't do that one. More music covers with Rachel. We met that in spades this year. Rachel did a ton of music covers. I collaborated with her on all of them in terms of like doing the actual video editing. I do that, putting the footage on and all that stuff. But I was able to contribute by slapping a little bass on our cover of At the Bottom of Night from Chrono Trigger, which I think is the best one that we did, personally. I also really like the Midna's Lament one. They're all great, but I really felt like that Chrono Trigger tune turned out really, really well. So we did a ton of music covers this year. Expect more. They're fun. They're easy. They're a great time. Not easy for Rachel, I'll say that. She spends many hours practicing these tunes on piano. I always pick stuff that has a very simple bass line and requires minimal practicing. So we're working on one together that we want to do, another sort of collaborative one where I actually play instruments on it and stuff, but largely the ones that you can expect will be solely her playing and me doing the video part. So we did a whole bunch of those and they were all great and I loved it. Thank you so much, Rachel, for all the awesome piano covers. You're the best. I wanted to do more funny content and like collaborative type stuff. I did that. A little less on the collaborative side, but I did a couple videos that were kind of funny. I tried to incorporate some skits and stuff into some scripted videos, and I think that turned out really well. The two I'm thinking of specifically are the videos. The first one, me comparing the Super NES Classic to the Sega Genesis Mini, which I think went really well. Some of the gags in that were really funny. And then the overall premise and script of the video I was really happy with. I wasn't necessarily the happiest with my performance and like looking at the camera. It's something I'm always trying to work on. I'm not natural at it. It's really been something that I've had to work on over the years. Same with narrations and everything. I'm still working on that and trying to get better, but you know, I'm overall pleased with the progress that I've made in that regard. I actually think my second video, which is my underrated video for the year in my opinion, the Suika game video, went a lot better. It was really, I thought that video was actually legitimately really funny, and I had a little blast doing it. So yeah, I was able to do a few more kind of skits and funny content, which I always like to inject a little bit of my humor in the channel. So that was great. And then the last two things that I had picked, and I did not do either of them, was there's a short film called Harry and the Golden Golf Clubs that Rachel and I have been working on for literally years now. I do eventually want to get to that. I'm hoping we do someday, but it would be one of those things that's always on the back burner, unfortunately. I'm sure I'll try to make a goal if I can to film scenes, but it keeps falling far down the list. I'm going to really have to make an effort to do that. Like, really do it. So we'll see how that goes. And then lastly, I had talked about setting up a Patreon, which I'm still on the fence about, to be honest. Maybe I said last time or last year, if I get to 5,000 subscribers and a million views, maybe I'll do that because I'll have a little more of an audience. I'm not ready yet. I think I need to be a bit bigger and actually be able to offer people something if they're going to support me on Patreon, because if you're just throwing money at me and not getting anything for it, I mean, I make a little bit of money off of ad revenue and stuff, so I mean, I do okay there. So if I'm going to do Patreon, I want to make sure it's worth it. I want to make sure people who are actually going to be funding the channel in some way are getting something out of it. So that's something that I'm sure eventually I'll get to, but it depends on, you know, it depends on how much the channel grows and how much the community grows. And I'm sure I'll eventually get there, but I'm not quite ready yet. So that was it. That was all the goals for 2024. Let's move on now and look ahead to 2025, and I'll talk about my goals for this coming year, because there's a lot of stuff I want to do and quite a few things I want to talk about. So, going back to the numbers, we hit 5,000 subscribers, and I wish we had 5 million, 5,000 subscribers, and we hit 1 million views. So I want to double that. My goal for this year is to try to get 10,000 subscribers and 2 million views. I think the latter will be a little easier than the former, but you know, even if we get 7,000 subscribers, I consider that a victory. But 10,000, come on, let's do it. Let's double it this year. I'm gonna go balls to the wall with these videos. I'm gonna make great content for you guys. Share the videos, tell your friends. They like games. They like hippies wearing Link hats. Yeah, this is the place to be. Anyway, that's my little plug. So the first big task I'm doing is the history of the Legend of Zelda series. So that is what I am currently working on. After this video, obviously I've done a couple little different things around the holidays. This is the last video of that nature. The next big video you'll see of me, scripted, all those things, will be part 1 of the Legend of Zelda complete history video. It's going to be split into 3 parts, and then at the end, once all 3 parts are made, because I kind of realized that splitting it up into 3 smaller videos was made it less daunting. And also, you guys seemed to vote for that. You wanted to see it in pieces instead of one giant video. So I'm going to give you both. I'm going to release it in pieces, and then when all 3 are done, I'm going to release it as one big chonker that you guys can watch, you know, binge and watch the entire thing. I really want this video to be my best video ever. So I'm really working to put a lot of like personal touches in this. I'm trying to get some artists, so please, if you are an artist and you're interested in doing an image or 2 for this video, let me know. I'm still looking for artists that could help me. I want to do something with the intro of the video, so I need about 5, I think it's about 5 images. So if you are an artist, I am not really a very good artist, so if you're an artist and you can do like a nice digital art, please let me know. I may have some work for you if you're interested. So yeah, so I want to put stuff like that. There's some other personal touches I've talked about, and I have a few people helping me in other ways. So this video, I said I want the first part to come out in January. It's possible it might not be till February. I'm still working on the script. I'm working on other things, but rest assured that will be out, I'm hoping, within the next month to 6 weeks, something like that. So it's going to take some time, but it's going to be worth it, I promise. So that'll be my next thing. So my plan is I'm going to do the first part of that, maybe do like a retro review and possibly like a list in between, do part 2, then do again like a video or 2, and then do part 3, and then do a couple videos for a while, and then I'm going to work on another project at the very end of the year, bigger project. So I have to do it that way. I don't have a ton of time to do this, but sometimes I find with the channel I prefer quality over quantity. So I may not upload super regularly, but when I do upload, I want it to be something that's really good quality and that people are going to really enjoy. So, and that I'm proud of. So I hope, please be patient with me. I hope you'll look forward to that video, and I really look forward to actually making it and editing it and everything. So it's going to be awesome, I promise. Then the next countdown video I want to do is the top 20 greatest GameCube games. So that'll be one that that'll probably be the video I work on after part 1 of the Zelda video. So I'll probably do like Zelda, just to give you guys an idea of what the next few videos will be. I will probably be doing part 1 of Brief History of Zelda. Then I'm going to do a bite-sized retro review of something. I don't know yet. And then I'll probably do the top 20 GameCube games. And then I'll move back to doing part 2 of Zelda. So those are going to be the next scripted videos, basically in order, that you can look forward to. So, and that probably will fill my spring out quite handsomely. And expect some musical covers and stuff in between. So that's what I'm looking at. Aside from the GameCube list this year, I'd like to do some other countdown lists. I wanna do more than just console countdowns and like series, like I've done Mario and Zelda and stuff. I'd like to, people have said, like I've seen comments like, can you do, like top greatest hidden gem videos for the Game Boy Advance or something, or Super Nintendo. I've thought about doing that. I've thought about like doing top greatest RPGs. So diving in and getting a bit more specific and perhaps a little niche with some of these countdown lists are what I'm also going to start doing. So you can expect some of the big stuff too, like more consoles and stuff. There's plenty of consoles I haven't done. But I mean, maybe branching out a little bit more and doing like hidden gems videos and stuff like that would be really cool. Or even doing stuff like, top 10 Capcom games on the Super Nintendo. Just silly stuff. Not, well, that's not silly, but you know what I mean? Just different ideas like that. So if there's anything you'd like to see in terms of a countdown, please comment below, message on Discord, whatever. I really want to know what you guys want to see, and it helps me decide what kind of content I'm creating. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm looking forward to doing in 2025. I want to do, of course, more retro reviews, which you can expect probably a handful of those. I'd say 5 or 6 is reasonable if I'm doing bigger projects. But, I'd like to, if I can do those more often, I'd like to. They're very easy to do. But when I do bigger projects, they just take over. And I can't, it's hard for me to work on projects simultaneously like that, just because I don't have, as I've mentioned a million times, I don't have the time. I kind of have to dedicate it to one video at a time. So those always will get sprinkled in. They're fun. I love doing them, and expect more of them. There'll definitely be at least a handful more of those. More musical collaborations. I already mentioned that. You can expect some stuff. Rachel's already got several pieces she's working on right now. Like I mentioned before, her and I have been working on something together that I'm going to play on as well. So there will definitely, and also there's a few videos she's already recorded that I've not edited yet, just because she'll have sometimes these days where she'll record 3 or 4 of them in one go after practicing them for months. She just has this like really awesome, just crazy like day where she records everything and it all works out. But I tried to spread them out so you're not inundated with just music covers. I like to spread it out so there's variety on the channel. I really like that. So yeah, there's definitely going to be more music covers this year, which will be really fun. And then so I have one new series I want to try out this year. I'm not sure how to approach it yet. I'm not sure if I want to do it like retro review style, where it's like a bite-sized review, or if I want to talk more off the cuff, or just do something differently with it. But this year I'm attempting to tackle my backlog of games. I have a ton of games, especially on the Nintendo Switch, that I've been wanting to play, or I've started playing and I haven't finished them. You'd be surprised some of the games that I haven't finished. I've played maybe at least half most of, but not finished it. And I want to talk about them in a video and maybe review the game properly or something. So I have a new series that I'm tentatively calling Backlog Blues. The Backlog Blues. I don't know. That's just a tentative name for it. But where I basically will discuss a game that I've recently finally finished after playing it and it being on my backlog. So this is a way that I could maybe make a video like a little more personal. I would probably review the game and also talk about, my history, or like my history playing it, like why it kind of fell on the back burner and like my thoughts on it. So I don't know, I haven't fully fleshed that out yet. I just had the idea for it just the other day. So that's a series you may see like 1 or 2 videos of this year. I'm thinking about doing it because there's a lot of great games that I've been either neglecting or haven't finished, and it's quite simply I'm so busy. That's the main reason. Playing video games for fun is something I love doing, but it's something I don't do as much anymore. And I always joke I make videos about games way more than I play video games these days, which is a little sad. So I'd love to tackle my backlog and do some kind of thing with it. I'm not sure exactly yet, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. More streams. This year we got back to streaming big time. That was one of the other goals for 2024. I don't know if I mentioned it. I might have skipped over that. But yeah, we met that big time this year. I've had issues with internet in the past, we had a couple issues this year for some reason. I don't know if I was just going through our internet was just like going through like some kind of weird update process or something, or what, or if it was my VPN. I don't know, but I was having some issues with streaming, which seems to be okay at the moment, which is great. But we got back into streams big time this year. We started our Echoes of Wisdom playthrough, and we did Minish Cap as well. So Zelda seems to be the big theme with Rachel and I. And so this year I want to finish Echoes of Wisdom, and going on this huge Zelda thing that is my channel. Zelda has become like the main, just this huge, like, if my channel's the solar system, the Zelda is the sun. Everything seems to be revolving around doing Zelda videos and let's plays and streams and all this stuff and music covers and whatnot. And when we finish Echoes of Wisdom, it is the 25th anniversary of Majora's Mask this year. Wow, that was really timely. Well done. It is the 25th anniversary of Majora's Mask this year, and Rachel, it's her very favorite game. So we are going to revisit Majora's Mask and play through it start streaming it on the channel again. So I'm really excited for that. That'll be really fun. I don't know if we're going to play it on the N64 hardware, if we're going to play it on the Switch, or what we're going to do, but we are going to revisit Majora's Mask, and that's going to be really fun. So I'd also, you can look forward to that, and I also want to do more like fun sort of party streams, and I'm considering also trying to bring back solo streams occasionally, like once a week or once. I used to do it like once a week. I don't know if I'd have the time to do it once a week now, but I could try, maybe on the, like, if Rachel and I can stream every 2 weeks, I could always try a solo stream on the off week. So it'd be like her and I stream 1 week and then I stream the next week. And there's lots of games I'd love to play. I think I'd like to go back to trying to finish Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster, maybe. Or maybe it'd be a good way that I could work on some of my backlog as well. So I don't know, we'll see. But I've thought about that too, maybe doing like a solo stream once or twice a month, something like that. So we'll see. It'd be nice to do that, and we'll see how things are with time and how my personal life is in terms of busyness and all that. So yeah, that's something else I would like to do. I'd like to do more collaborations and skits. There is going to be another video that comes out this year that I filmed this year with another channel called Spare Change Productions. Shout out to Aaron and Spare Change shout out to Aaron at Spare Change Productions for an awesome time hanging out and collaborating on a video. I'm not going to say exactly what it is. I don't want to spoil it completely, but he's going to be editing a bunch of footage that Rachel and I recorded with him, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So when he posts that on his channel, I will heavily promote it on my channel, and you should check it out. It's awesome, and it's very fitting. That's all I will say. So yeah, that's going to be a really fun thing. But I'd also like to do more skits and more humorous videos and more collaborations with people, particularly the Kuroda crew. For those who don't know, it's all the lovely people, my friends who have been on this channel and have in one way or another contributed, whether it's guesting on a narration or helping me write a script or doing a let's play or a stream or whatever. So I would love to do more collaborations with them, and we'll see where the year takes us, but that's always something I want to do more of. And the last thing I want to do content-wise is start that Enix video at the very end of the year. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I've talked about it a few times now. I want to do a complete history of all of the Enix RPGs that were released on the Super Nintendo, because it's an amazing pool of underrated games that I feel, really need to not be lost in time. And Square Enix should acknowledge and re-release at some point. Many of them have not, the vast majority of them have not been re-released or remastered or remade or anything like that. So I want to really do a big video focused on that, but that's going to be after the Zelda video. So probably if I can be like where I was at the end of 2024 with that video, with the Zelda video, with the Enix video, as in like starting it, outlining it, script it, beautiful. That's fine. I don't expect that's going to come out in 2025, but if I can at least get the ball rolling on it by the end of the year, fantastic. Who knows? Anything can happen. And that's that for all of that. I have I'll go with my top 5 videos of the year. now, because why not? The big theme of 2024 was there was a lot of countdown lists. So why not do one last countdown list? The top 5 videos that I made this year. And this is going to be by me. So my number 5 is the Suika game video. I think that's underrated. That was fun to do. That was funny. I loved the script. I loved doing the skits and all the gags and stuff. Amazing video. If you haven't watched it and you have, just check out that video. It was really well done. Number 4 is a collective, and it's all the music covers that we did this year. I had a blast doing that. My wife is awesome. She's a great piano player. She's really, really passionate about music and playing music and doing her covers, and she's really proud of the stuff she's done, and she should be, because she is awesome. So we're going to be doing more of those this year, as previously mentioned, and I loved all the ones that we did this year. They're just so much fun to do. Number 3 is my Chrono Trigger retro review. Chrono Trigger is one of my very favorite games of all time. I love it. I was very happy to review it. I gave it its proper due. It's the best retro review I think I've done. That was all passion. I loved, I had so much fun doing that review, and I really think it was well researched, well written, and I'm very proud of it. That was a great video. My number 2 is the top 20 Sega Genesis games. More people need to watch that one. I really enjoyed making that. I'm very proud of how that one went. I think it's some of my very best editing that I've ever done on a video, and it was really fun to, it forced me to explore the Sega Genesis more, and I played a bunch of games in preparation for that video, and just like revisited games that I hadn't played in years, and it was really, really fun. So I really, really liked doing that video, and I think it's also a little underrated because it didn't get nearly the amount of views as my number 1 video, which is my top 20 greatest Game Boy Advance games video. That, honestly, you guys blew my mind. That was my big hit for the year. It's approaching 200,000 views, which is crazy, which I have only done a couple other times on this channel. It really helped the channel grow a ton. It gave me more revenue for this year, so I've been able to put more money towards the channel and everything. So thank you all tremendously for watching that video. I really, really appreciate that. It was a big success, and I don't know how much of this I've shared on the channel, but it was a nightmare. It really was a nightmare in production because I was having a lot of issues just trying to get the thing to export, and like I was having issues with storage space, which I'm gonna be hopefully upgrading my hard drive here relatively soon with more of the ad revenue coming in for the channel, so I don't have this issue in the future. But yeah, it was just a total nightmare. I had fun editing it, but it was a total nightmare actually trying to get it like released and fine-tuning some stuff. So the fact that it's been like the most rewarding video in terms of views and actual monetarily and all that stuff made all that bullshit worth it. So yeah, thank you all for really, really making a very stressful video. Like, it just really paid off. So that video to me proved that hard work really can sometimes, actually be fruitful. So thank you all so much. And I honestly think I did a really great job with that video, and I'm very proud of it. So that was my number 1 video, and that was our 2024, and it is now 2025. Thank you all again so much for an amazing year. It was the best year ever on the channel, as I've said, for the last several years. There was a lot of growth, there was a lot of fun, a lot of great videos made. You guys were awesome, and I'm going to leave you with a question before I go. This is something that's been asked, that people have asked me before, and something I've considered. Should I change the name of the channel? It's something that I've considered, and I think I want to keep at least the Kuroda part in the name, because I don't want people to see the channel and be like, I didn't subscribe to this channel, unsubscribe. So it might be like Kuroda Retro Gaming or something like that. I haven't figured it out yet, but Kuroda Kaisuke is not the most... First of all, I'm not Japanese, so part of me feels a little uncomfortable with that. It's like, am I kind of appropriating a name? I don't know. But the other part of it, so the story behind the name Kuroda Kaisuke, very quickly, is that this is 15 years ago, something like that. I put my name in like a random Japanese name generator, and it came out Kuroda Kaisuke. Well, first of all, I'm an idiot. Kuroda is the last name, and Kaisuke would be the first name. Now, I believe in Japan, I guess you would write it as Kuroda Kaisuke. I'll have my friend Steven, who lived in Japan, comment below if he watches this and correct my dumb American ass on this. But anyway, in other words, Kuroda is the last name and Kaisuke is the first name. So, it's weird. It's awkward to me. It doesn't really mean anything. It means something in terms of it's my channel name, and it's been, it's the channel's my baby and all that, and I'm proud of it. But I don't know. I'm wondering if it's time to maybe change it slightly so it makes more sense. Something like Kuroda Gaming, or have some sort of video game connotation, because it's not like Kuroda Kaisuke is a weird, like, people like, how do you spell your YouTube name? When I try to tell them how to look it up. So I don't know if it would be better to change it so it's a bit more accessible and make more sense. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just slowly merging. My persona is just solely Kuroda. Anyway, I don't know. Let me know what you think of that, or if I should just leave it alone, or if I'm just a big dummy. But anyway, we'll see if I do that or not. Probably not, but it's something that that's something that people have asked several times, and I've considered. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's it. Thank you all, everybody. Lots of love. Let's hope it's another wonderful year in 2025. And thank you again so much for watching. Peace.